Back in the summer, I did our whole family did a really big purge in preparation for a garage sale. We took lots of stuff to the dump. We sold a few things online and at the garage sale, and then took a lot of stuff to local, Amity's and stuff like that. This is one corner that I hadn't got to, and it was partially because for a while I had noticed some like water kind of down here. And I didn't think much of it because, as you'll see in a future video, there's another corner of the house that has some water that comes in when it rains a lot. It's not a lot, but it's enough that I certainly wouldn't put anything down there, and it needs to be taken care of at some point. But in this corner, I hadn't really thought much about this pipe here. I had a shelving unit like this over here with a bunch of boxes on it, and I think I noticed that there was this thing sticking out of the ground at some point, this kind of little pipe here, but once again didn't think much of it. When I finally moved that shelving unit out of the way, I noticed there was little tadpole type things, there was big spiders, there was obviously water that had been sitting here for a while, and this pipe was leaking in a couple spots. I think it was leaking right at the bottom a little bit. It was leaking a little bit down where you can see that I put some putty there, and then it was leaking way up in there. So at some point, I think they kind of boxed this house in when they built an extension on it. So right now we're under a new part of the house. I think pretty much probably this wall here is the old part, and back there is all part of the new part. So this is basically the kitchen, our bathroom, and the back bedroom and back staircase. So you can see that this pipe goes way kind of back in there, and so that goes up into where the kitchen is now, where it's been since we bought this house. So I actually went and bought this stuff. My plan is to do a bunch of repairs just based on what we have, but obviously a leaky pipe has to be taken care of right away. I did think I had some PVC kind of sealant that I couldn't find, and then I actually thought I had some clear spray that would have turned into rubber and sealed that as well, but I couldn't find that as well. Kind of similar to a recent video where I told you about lots of tools and lots of supplies scattered out and never been able to find anything. So I spent, I don't know, $15 and bought some, I think I have it right here actually. It's kind of this flex paste. I actually have a spray version that I used for the bed cover of my truck. Didn't actually work that great because it moves around so much. But anyways, it took a couple of coats, but I finally got it to dry off. And nothing has been leaking. I've been running the water quite a bit in the last few days, and nothing's been happening there. I mean, ideally, we'd cut this all out and replace this pipe, but that costs money to buy the supplies, and I'm not a master plumber, although I know I could figure this out, but always easier in these instances to just try the quick fix. So this rubber seems to work. And then it turns out when you take that off, it was plugged full of stuff, calcium, whatever. This is the drain, basically. It's not ideal to have all this stuff go right into the ground, but this is the way it's set up. So what I'm going to do, once again, how my brain works is that while I'm already over here, I'm going to sweep all this up, and I'm going to paint it. I also, speaking of supplies, I'm trying to use what I already have. It's in the other room actually. I have some concrete paint that I used in the other end of this basement at some point, with the intention to go across the whole floor, and I'd actually like to go across the wall too, because and this is brick. There's actually a bunch of stone kind of stucco and other parts that are starting to crumble off a little bit, and I think with some paint it'll help just kind of seal it together. So before I put a shelving unit back in this spot here, I'm going to I'm going to both actually use some concrete that I've also found over here, and I'm going to fill these kind of spots in a little bit. And then there's three of them actually, one I'm going to fit. I'm not actually sure why this is, but we're going to fill those in. We're going to sweep all this up, and then we're going to use that concrete paint to just clean all this area up get all the cobwebs away, all this kind of dry, kind of gritty. Because we get lots of boxes and stuff down here, and it's all just covered. So there's there's some areas in this ductwork that need to be kind of patched up a little bit, and to try to. I'll show you a little bit of the mess, but I'm a little embarrassed to show you too much. It's a basement. Things get thrown down here, and I want to continue to get rid of stuff, sell stuff, and donate stuff, and organize things. I don't have any money. We're not in a place to go buy a whole bunch of stuff to do a whole bunch of renovations, but I've got so many supplies and so many tools that I know there's a lot of repairs that we can get done, even if they're minor, to clean things up and to just organize our life. So here we go. So there we go. We've got the coat of some concrete laid down. I just grabbed an old bowl from upstairs and a scraper, and first coat of this paint down here. That's probably it for this area for today, because this concrete's going to take a while to set. It's not overly pretty, but who cares? I'm just going to cover it in some paint and put some shelving back here, and that'll be it. And then we know not to store anything on the floor in that corner, just in case. I'm not really sure what's in this kind of bag here, but it's covered in mold at the bottom, and yeah, we're just going to put a shelf, which will be off the ground here, and yeah, that's it for today. It's also important to think about the order of operation of things. I'm not going to show you how to mix concrete or stir paint or anything like that, but I'm going to make sure that I painted this area first so that I could move back and do the concrete after, because I'm sure we've all over the years been painted into a corner where we're not sure how we're going to get out of that spot now that we've painted the rest of them around us. So that's it for this area for today. We'll try to do another coat hopefully tomorrow, and then we'll be able to put a shelf back in that corner. Well, there's the first coat. The paint done. Actually, I've been putting off painting it because I thought it was not drying, and it turns out it's just a little shiny. So it looks better already. I'm going to put in one more coat on there before I put the shelving unit back up there. And then there's the work we did to patch the floor. I'm going to actually just to smooth it out a little further. I'm going to put a little bit of this patching compound on there just to flatten this surface. But yeah, it's all hard, and it's looking much better than it did already. So and once that's dried up, I'll be able to paint this area as well and put another bookshelf there. Sorry, another shelving unit there, and then we'll have lots of space to store all of this. Lots to get rid of, and then we go into that room over there. The problem is every time we do a cleanup, we just on the upstairs floors, we just kind of throw everything down here, and it gets forgotten. But that's what this project is about, getting her done. Well, there we have it. This floor is now ready for a shelving unit, and you'll notice that I did find a little bit of black paint and added a couple of dabs on there to cover that yellow that was there. It's the OCD brain working a little bit, and I didn't realize that concrete that I put on top is basically the same thing that pre-mixed. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was some more floor leveler, which I have upstairs from doing some vinyl flooring recently. So I'm actually just going to put some floor leveler on this afterwards. But I'm going to put a coat of paint just to kind of seal that in. But for now, I'm going to put a shelf up here, and I'll post that in the next video. Well, that definitely isn't all the paint, but you see we have small cans up here. And down here we have interior paints. I'm sure I won't be able to keep it disorganized. This isn't all the paint around the house. I'm going to go on a search and bring it all down here. We've got like exterior paint, stains, that ceiling paint that we had to find another shelf for, quickcrete, masonry stuff, and then you know, some of the stuff like that. That flooring adhesive when we used to have like carpet tiles. It's probably stuff that I could possibly sell or throw out. So we're making progress here.